Welcome to the 117th edition of Paris Tour, the autumn classic, one of the last big meets of the season. Tadej Pogačar won this third straight Tour de Lombardie yesterday. Arnaud Démare aimed to follow his lead. The Frenchman's won the last two editions. No one's ever won three on the spin. It'll be tough, but we'll give it our all. We've got a great team up against strong competitors. It's exciting. The field pack with sprinting talent, Katie Groves hot after La Vuelta. Then there's 21-year-old Arnaud Démare, victories in two classics and second on Paris-Berge, beaten by Démare. I like the course. We spoke about it because we know it's unlikely to be a bunch sprint, as the peloton will probably break into smaller groupings. I hope it's an animated race. It's been a great season so far, so let's finish it.
Yeah, ready to finish my last race here today, and hopefully I'll have the same condition like the Vuelta.
Also an opportunity to bid farewell to a pair of riders who previously wore the famous maillot jaune on Le Tour. Tony Galopin, future sporting director of Lotto Destiny, and 2011 winner and Belgian legend Greg van Avermaet. My final ride is close. I never imagined living out this dream. To finish today like this, a great job in front of all my friends, supporters, my family. It's very emotional, but I'm really happy.
Sure, I will miss it. Yeah, it's always been my biggest passion of my life, and I always liked what I did. So for sure, I will miss it. It's something special in my life, a big chapter. And I'm super happy that I could live it like this with some really nice moments. So yeah, it's been really nice to have a career like that.
213.9 kilometers the distance from Chartres, the same route as last year. A slow burn of a course before an expected punch to the finish. Exquisite countryside, 10 kilometers traversing past 10 vineyards, though no time for Anvers. 8 wee climbs towards the finish should set up for a fascinating finale. Five riders electing to lead out around a 3-minute gap built up ahead of the peloton. Louis Asquet of Groupama FDJ in the group, a Briton, had never won Paris Tour. The guest team's out in force, but not long for Q36.5 Pro Cycling. American Joey Rosskopf fell back after a puncture. The sight of the vineyards brought about an attack from the peloton. A constant agitator at this year's Tour de France, Victor Campenaert, followed by Nadav Reisberg. The roads narrowing, and there was a big crash. Arnaud Démare caught out, and after multiple issues during the race, the Belgian abandoned, one of 15 who did not finish. 44 kilometers to go and around 2-minute gaps formed across the board. That's when Louis Asquet elected to test the waters, the young Briton out on his own. As the pace intensified, so the peloton fractured, and two former Paris Tour winners in the ranks of a chasing 7, John Degenkolb in 2013 and former European champion Matteo Trentin, twice this race winner. Asquet still out on his own. His previous best finish was second on the classic Loire Atlantique. Could he go one better here? An average speed of 46 kilometers an hour maintained. That saw the peloton hunt down and swallow up the group of Trentin and Degenkolb. Plenty called for an animated race. It duly arrived as they rode past the Noisy Vineyard, the penultimate section of the dusty vineyard track, and two big favourites made a move. Two-time reigning champion Arnaud Démare and newly crowned European champion Christophe Laporte, a good position chasing the race leader. Potential for a reduced sprint in Tour, even if 4 riders once again broke: Johansson, Legac again, Riley Sheehan and Joris Delbov for company. And they successfully bridged the gap to join the head of the race. Groupama FDJ with a potential advantage, Legac joining Asquet with 10k to go. The final 5 kilometers and entering the city of Tours, and the peloton had missed their chance to set up their sprinters, still 30 seconds from the escapades. A real battle. It looked like a new winner would be crowned as we sped past La Flamme Rouge.
Asquet checks over his shoulder. He's still thinking about winning after all day in the breakaway. Inside the final 1,000 meters, Askey on the back in the blue, Johannesson in the red and yellow, Riley Sheehan in the colours of Israel Premier Tech. Legat gives it another big turn. They look around at each other. You can't afford to do this. Legat goes again. He knows that he needs to keep the pressure on. 4 hours, 38 minutes and 27 seconds, and they can see the finish line. Are they going to do it? Askey's right on the back, Delbove is there. It looks like the breakaway might go all the way to the finish line. The gantry is across the road. It goes slightly downhill and then a little kick up towards the finish. Delbove kicked first. Now going, Riley Sheehan looked like he had a little bit of a gear problem. Delbove going for the line now. Riley Sheehan in second place. Askey's in third. Tobias Johannesson trying to come off the wheel. It's Riley Sheehan and Askey. Askey and Sheehan. Is it going to be a win for the Stagiaire? Wow! Riley Sheehan wins Paris Tour. That's absolutely incredible. The underdog goes to the top of Paris Tour and wins it as a Stagiaire.
A huge shock in the 117th edition of Paris Tour. Israel Premier Tech with one of their top performances of the season after Michael Woods at the Puy de Dôme on the Tour de France. For Riley Sheehan, no doubt the biggest win of the young rider's career to date. The 23-year-old, the first American ever to win this prestigious classic. What a time to win for the first time in Europe.
Oh, this is special. This is everything. This is the, yeah, it could be a big start for me. Having a win like this at a special race is phenomenal. I'm speechless right now.
Take us through the race. I mean, what was the plan for you specifically today?
Yeah, for the race, we just had to stay up front. We knew there was no crazy crosswinds or anything, so just staying as calm as possible into the dirt sections and the hills, and then there stay in the front and make sure our sprinters were in good position. And for me, it was to follow the moves on the hills, and yeah, it came out good for me up there at the end.
Sheehan on top of the world, finishing ahead of longtime leader Askey, who spent 172 kilometers at the front. Completing the podium, Tobias Halland Johansson, who held off Delbove and Legat. Laporte the strongest in the peloton sprint to the line, but 9 seconds after the winner. No treble celebrations for Arnaud Demer, 8th overall when the dust settled. Sprint success in the last 2 editions, but never likely with the way the race unfolded. Congratulations to Riley Sheehan for his stunning victory. Champion in 2023, surely the moment his promising career truly takes flight.